Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's celebration. My name is Leona Agaritas, and I am the Executive Director of the Golden Triangle Bid. And before we start the program, I just want to ask that we all kind of step back and we look at this wonderful store, and we give a round of applause to Jim and Matthew Rosenheim for their vision. Gentlemen, you have a gem of a store. Okay, so I had to say that. Okay. Oh, that was your line? Sorry.
What happens when you go last?
Okay, so today you will hear the story of the Tiny Jewel Box, which started as a small family-owned business on F Street and has grown into a respected jeweler, not only in this city and in this region and in this country, but worldwide. The Tiny Jewel Box has served U.S. presidents, world leaders, and newly engaged couples for decades. When you go back to your office today after today's celebration, just ask around, and I bet at least one person has bought a wedding ring from here in their past, right? So they've touched a lot of people in some very special moments. A few months ago, I was talking to Jim Rosenheim about his plans to expand the family business, and he said, Leona, we could have gone anywhere with our store, but we chose Connecticut Avenue because we believe firmly in this location. And Jim, I want to thank you for your vision and your commitment for expanding your store on this great corner. We agree with you that Connecticut Avenue is a great retail corridor, and we think that with businesses like the Tiny Jewel Box and the Rosenheim family behind it, that its potential is limitless. I also want to thank the city officials who are here today, Mayor Bowser, Chairman Mendelson, and Councilmember Evans, for improving Connecticut Avenue. We've got a great streetscape here, a beautiful median that ties the street together. And as you know, the bid takes care of the plants in the median, and I think we have the city's magnificent mile right here, right? So without delay, I would like to introduce our mayor, Muriel Bowser. Mayor Bowser, whom you all know, has been a champion of business in the district for not only her tenure as mayor, but also during her tenure on the city council. Not only business in general, but especially small business. So without any ado, let me turn the mic over to Mayor Bowser.
Leona. Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. And I am really happy to be here at the not so tiny Jewel Box on wonderful Connecticut Avenue, one of our premier shopping districts, business districts, and places for Washingtonians and workers in Washington and visitors to Washington to visit. We are really proud of the work of the Golden Triangle Bid. Let's hear it for the bid. Now, the government can do a lot, but we can do even more when we have great partnerships. And we know that commercial corridors thrive when they have champions. And the businesses here have decided to invest in the champion for this corridor, and that is the bid. I love family-owned businesses. And when we have 3 generations represented here and the 4th generation on the way for the Tiny Jewel Box, we know that's a good Washington story. Small businesses are indeed the engine of our economy, and we know our small businesses invest in DC by hiring DC residents, and the Tiny Jewel Box has doubled down on Connecticut Avenue, doubled down on Washington, DC. And I know when you have the mayor, the chairman of the council, the longest tenured council member here, it should indicate to you in this corridor that we want to double down on you too. I am thrilled. I can't wait to go to the store. I can't wait for many more people to start their lives together with engagement rings here. Isn't that a blessing? People can talk about how they got their lives started together with a ring from the Tiny Jewel Box. And I'm willing to bet with you that there are many stories like that around. Once again, I'm happy to be here with the chairman, Mendelson, who with the council is also committed to how we can support small businesses in Washington, D.C. in the commercial corridors that make us so rich and diverse. And Jack and I had the opportunity to spend some time recently in China talking to visitors to Washington. So not only do they like our mall, they like the diverse corridors and neighborhoods of Washington. So the work that you do here not only is for people who will come and shop, who live and work here, but we want to tell the story of the Tiny Jewel Box to the millions of people who visit Washington every day. So congratulations to Rosenheim.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me properly introduce the chairman. I got my instructions wrong, and so now I have the pleasure of introducing my friend. I know Phil very well because we sat next to each other on the council dais for many, many years, and now I get to work with him as mayor and he the chairman of the council. And we share so many goals for our city, how we grow, how we continue to be rich and diverse, and we know that small businesses are a huge part of that. So it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the council, Phil Mendelson.
Thank you, Mayor Bowser. I did not get the memo that this was outside, so we'll see how long I talk. Let me see. A little factoid. You mentioned that we used to sit next to each other when you were on the council. And before you, I sat next to Vince Gray, before he became mayor. And before him, I sat next to Adrian Fenty. So,
Next to you now.
well, actually, the general counsel sits next to me now. And there's another little factoid. I was looking through... I was looking at some information, actually, that I got from the Golden Triangle about the Tiny Jewel Box. I mean, we all know about the Tiny Jewel Box because it's a landmark in the city. But there is this National Jeweler Retailer Hall of Fame. Who knew? And Jim Rosenheim is a member, inducted in 2011.
All right.
So we will say congratulations. The Tiny Jewel Box is a landmark. This building here is a landmark. It's really great to see the investment, the expansion on Connecticut Avenue. The mayor spoke to the work of the Golden Triangle BID, Business Improvement District, and the members of the BID, which include the Tiny Jewel Box, which is important, and the work that the BID has done to try to improve and expand Connecticut Avenue as a major retail corridor in the city. And I'm pleased that the mayor, when she was on the council, and Jack and I, we all supported the funding so that we could put the median in and really enhance this as a retail corridor. I'm here for a couple of reasons. One, to celebrate the Tiny Jewel Box, because it's a great business. And as the mayor said, we like small businesses, and actually small businesses employ more individuals than big companies in this country. So that's a reason why we're here. And because of just this continued investment in Connecticut Avenue and retail business. If we want to be a successful city, a city that people want to live in and come to and stay here, then we have to be a vibrant city, and that includes being a city with good retail. That's what the Tiny Jewel Box is, and that's why we're all here today. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Am I supposed to introduce Jack? Oh, we're horrible here. This is Jack Evans.
Great introduction.
I'm not done yet. Jack, as the mayor said, and if she didn't say it and I didn't say it, Jack would say it, the longest serving council member in the council. Yes.
History of the council.
In the history of civilization. Having first come to the council when Pierre Lafont was still designing the city. So without further ado, here's the council member from Ward 2.
The problem with doing this so much together, we all know each other's lines. Just take them. So first of all, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Council, Ward 2. Welcome to Connecticut Avenue, and I'm really pleased to be here first with a person who is doing a fabulous job in her first 9 months as Mayor of the District of Columbia, Muriel Bowser. Give her a big round of applause. And with the person who's doing a great job as chairman of the city council, a longtime friend of mine. Phil and I go back 35 years together. Give him a big round of applause. ANC commissioners together. And Leona, who I knew when she was at Metro and now has done a fabulous job running the bid, Golden Triangle bid, one of the best in the country. Leona, thank you so much. And certainly with Jim and Matthew, give them a round of applause. Because this is a great business. It was started, as was mentioned, in 1930 on F Street, right? And you mentioned your dad had like a little...
My mom.
Your mom had a little kind of stand with some Diet Cokes and then selling some diamonds or whatever she was doing. And then it got a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And in 1992, the year after I was first elected to the council, which was 1991, they moved to Connecticut Avenue, right down here. And I remember when that happened. And now they are in a landmark building right here at Connecticut Avenue and M and Rhode Island, where everything comes together. And it used to be known as the Burberry Building, but no longer, right? It is now the Tiny Jewel Box Building, and we're so happy to have that. And as was said before, what our goal is here is to take this part of Connecticut Avenue and make it into a Rodeo Drive. That's what we're trying to do here. And the first part of that was the landscape, as Chairman Mendelson mentioned, was putting in the median, which the city partnered with the business community to pay for, to get it in. Business community is now taking care of it. And now the idea is to attract great businesses here. We already have great businesses. Tiny Jewel Box, you have Brooks Brothers, a couple other ones down the road here. But now we want to really bring in a whole concentration so that when people do their shopping, they come to this part of Connecticut Avenue to do that. Now, I have another affinity. My law firm is located right in that building there. And so I also am on Connecticut Avenue myself on a daily basis and can see the progress that's being made here. And you know, I come from a family of small businesses. My dad was a florist, as was my grandfather was a florist. And as you all know, the busiest times for businesses like that are what? The holidays, right? Always the holidays. So I spent most of my nights before holidays delivering flowers, if you can believe that. Why was I delivering? Because I had no artistic ability at all. So they stuck me on the trucks to go around and deliver the flowers. So that was my thing. So I want to congratulate you all, and we have an added thing. You are a resident of Ward 2, and he lives right up here in Calorama. So anyway, thank you all for coming out today, and I'll turn it back over to you to introduce Jim.
Okay, well, thank you, Councilmember Evans. As we all know, the Tiny Jewel Box is a multi-generational business that has been owned by the Rosenheim family, Jim and Matthew. Their story is not only a story of a family business, though. It is deeply intertwined with the history of Washington, the city, and the history of Washington, the nation's capital. And these two gentlemen have some amazing stories and some amazing history. And I'm honored to introduce both Jim and then Matthew Rosenheim.
Thank you, Leona, and thank you, Mayor Bowser, Chairman Mendelson, Councilman Evans, for joining us today. In my remarks, I may contradict a little bit the history that was spoken about because I am the possessor of the real facts. This is the 5th iteration of Tiny Jewel Box. My parents, Roz and Monty Rosenheim, started Tiny Jewel Box in a 100 square foot location, a breezeway between two buildings at 1327.5 G Street, Northwest. Prior to that, my mother started in business in 1930 in the National Press Building. If you walk in the National Press Building to the right, there's a liquor store there today, and it used to be where my mother got her start in the jewelry business. My parents, it was a very bare bones kind of existence in the beginning in this 100-square-foot store. They were just a young couple trying to master their own destiny, and it was kind of the beginning of the American dream. We lived in a small apartment at 14th and Ogden Street. We took the streetcar down 14th Street to get to the store. Heat was provided by a plug-in electric heater. There was no running water in this breezeway. We had the keys to the restrooms in the bank building next door. Washington was a pretty provincial city back in the 1940s and 1950s. We had no mayor. We had no city council. We were ruled by 3 appointed commissioners. As DC grew, we grew. We were and always have been a one-store downtown location. When they tore down our original store in G Street, we moved to Connecticut Avenue in 1958. We are the oldest continuous retail business on Connecticut Avenue. But when they built the subway system, they tore our building down. We were on the corner of Connecticut and L Street Northwest. And we moved onto this block. We've had 3 different locations on this block. To us, Connecticut Avenue is home. It's the center of the District of Columbia Business District. This corner is the convergence of a north-south, east-west corridor that's iconic within the city of Washington. Throughout the years, we've grown. We started out at 100 square feet. Our first store on Connecticut Avenue had 450 square feet. And we moved 2 doors down to 1,500 square feet, and then into the Elizabeth Arden building with 12,000 square feet. And now with the acquisition of this space, we occupy 20,000 square feet. We're a really large urban footprint. From a young couple, my mom and dad, who started this business, we've grown to have over 40 employees. And we're very proud of the men and women who are part of our Tiny Jewel Box family. On a more personal note, this is the first location of Tiny Jewel Box that my parents have not been with us to share in this event. They taught me, as I have tried to teach my son Matthew, the value of serving the community and to treat everyone with dignity and respect. This is the one constant value that we have clung to as a business. The city has changed. Our locations have changed. Our merchandise has evolved, but our values are cast in stone. And this is why I believe we have survived and flourished over the past 85 years. I want to thank everybody for coming here today, and now I'd like to take an opportunity to introduce my son, heir apparent Matt Rosenheim.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank all of our city officials, as well as Leona Agaritas, for being with us. It's very meaningful to our family that you've taken the time out of your busy schedules to attend today. It really does mean a lot. My family has always held deep belief in the vibrancy of the city and the potential of the city, and we have a deep emotional connection to the city. So this is our home, and this is always where we knew we wanted to stay, and the Golden Triangle, we feel, is just a perfect home for the Tiny Jewel Box's future. With this expansion, Tiny Jewel Box is now one of the largest jewelry stores in the country, which is hard to believe for us. The expansion has allowed us to bring iconic brands back into the city, like Cartier, IWC, that this city deserves. It's allowed us to bring iconic designers, some of which are here for us with us today. Alex Sepkus, Penny Preville, Gamushin, lots and lots of others, Alex Sepkus, and we're very proud to be able to expose the district to these wonderful artisans. The expansion will also allow us in the future to showcase the best and brightest of talent in the jewelry industry and bring those artists into Washington, D.C., where they deserve to be. I'd like to now invite everyone, Mayor Bowser, Chairman Mendelson, Councilman Evans, over to the front of our building where we will cut the ribbon. And then afterwards, we'd like to invite everyone to join us in the store for some refreshments where we can show off our new digs to everyone. So thank you very much, everyone. 1, 2,